Innovation is a game changer in our world. Society looks for innovative solutions to deal with environmental and safety concerns, avenues to redefine mobility. In fact, a very big part of innovation in the EU comes from the automotive and mobility industry. European automotive suppliers are leaders in key innovative and technological areas, making mobility safer, smarter and sustainable. That's why CLEPA, the European Association of Automotive Suppliers, annually celebrates innovation excellence with the Innovation Awards, highlighting the relevance of established multinational companies, as well as the backbone of our sector, the outstanding startups and thousands of small and medium-sized businesses that are transforming our world. The participants in this awards competition deliver cutting-edge solutions in the fields of connectivity and automation, unveiling the latest in smart mobility, cooperation, demonstrating the value of partnership, environment, showing the most sustainable approach, safety, protecting all users of mobility on the road. Join us in celebrating the mobility of the future. Discover, engage. Let's continue driving innovation forward. Let's celebrate together the technology excellence of the mobility industry.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very warm welcome to this 5th edition of the CLEPA Innovation Awards. Now, of course, last year people were gathered together at a fabulous gala dinner in Brussels at the Museum of Natural Sciences. But of course, circumstances this year preclude people being together in person. Nevertheless, we have found an innovative way of enabling all of us to celebrate together online. So if at any point in this ceremony you want to share that spirit of togetherness, then just jump on social media and tweet how you're feeling at hashtag CLEPA Awards 2020. And now it is with great pleasure that I introduce the lady who is in the studio with me. That is, of course, the CLEPA Secretary General, Sigrid de Vries. A very warm welcome to you. Delightful to have you with me.
Thank you, Katrina, and welcome to everybody also from my side. We have actually over 200 people joining us online now, and it just feels so very, very positive to see such a great participation of our friends, our guests, and of course also from the industry. And you will see in the next hour or so all about our industry's outstanding innovations that are contributing to the mobility of the future. So let's first remind ourselves really why these awards are so very relevant. And when times are challenging, as they are now, innovation is more important than ever. Automotive suppliers are at the forefront of adapting the automotive industry to meet the global societal challenges and the regulatory requirements that come with decarbonization and also digitalization. And we see new areas such as software, artificial intelligence, connectivity, and new powertrains, all under development and all requiring new expertise and higher investments also in R&D. CLEPA is the voice of the European automotive suppliers, and as such wants to acknowledge how important it is to recognize the consistent efforts that go in bringing cutting-edge mobility solutions to markets and to society. And today, our annual Innovation Awards competition feels really more timely than ever.
Thank you so much, Sigrid, for giving us some good context there on the what and the why these awards are happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure now to ask to join us virtually CLEPA President Torsten Muschal. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, Katrine. Hello, Sigrid.
How are you feeling today, Torsten?
I'm perfectly fine.
Good. Am I allowed to give you the floor to allow you to say some words to the audience who is joining us today?
Absolutely. Thank you, Katrine. Good afternoon, everybody, dear members and guests. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to our 2020 innovations. Unfortunately, we cannot meet in person this year in Brussels, which I would have liked very much. It would have been nice to be together with all of you for the ceremony and the gala dinner. I hope you and your families are staying in safe and healthy conditions in these difficult times. Let me look back a little bit what happened during this year. Early this year, we experienced the first wave of COVID. It brought our industry to a complete standstill in February and March, which was an unprecedented crisis for all of us. Currently, we're experiencing the question, Brexit, deal or no deal. We will have the answer in some days. And our industry is going still through the biggest transformation ever. And in these days, we're experiencing in Europe the second wave of the COVID-19 crisis across all the European countries. And I have to say that in our industry, we took a lot of efforts to support the society, to protect our employees. Some of our members changed production towards producing face masks or face shields, or helping the society, helping suppliers or customers. They were great projects initiated by our members. We will recognize some of them later during this event. But the transformation is continuing during these difficult times, and competitiveness is key for all of us. We have as an industry to focus on R&D and innovation to secure our technological leadership in Europe. This process needs to be supported on the political side, on the European level and also in the different countries. What is very important is that we are supported in the fields of R&D, education, and uplifting our skills. Ladies and gentlemen, regarding our this year innovation competition, we received more than 80 applications, which is a record level, and which shows the great importance of these innovations for industry. We received also a lot of innovation applications from small companies, SMEs, and startups. I want also to thank the jury for the great work to assess and value the different applications. And besides this, I want to thank Deloitte for the continued partnership for this CLEPA Innovations Award ceremony and event every year. But even more important, I want to congratulate the winners and finalists of this competition.
Thank you very much for your warm words and for sharing there a little bit about the realities for industry this year, all of their efforts, and also where you see they need to be focusing their energies in the times ahead. And thankfully, you are going to be joining again a little later to discover with us some of the winning technologies. So I wish you very well and see you shortly.
Thank you, Katrin.
So this is the perfect moment to let you know that the CLEPA Innovation Awards has a key partner to help recognise industry achievements. And I have great pleasure now in asking to join me Mr. Harold Proff, partner, Deloitte Global Automotive Sector Leader. So welcome, sir. It's delightful to have you join virtually. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you.
So tell us, I know that you you've been a partner for some time. So tell us why you are supporting CLEPA for these last few years.
Well, first of all, good afternoon. Very welcome, if only virtual from my side. This is now really the 5th year of our Deloitte CLEPA collaboration, and we are very happy to work together so smoothly with the CLEPA. Why are we doing this? Well, innovations have always been and will always be a crucial success factor in the automotive supplier space. Innovation is also a key element for the successful transformation in which the car industry is. Here, more innovations are needed. I think discussions indicate that around 40% of suppliers are still not dealing with any elements in the new spaces like electromobility or connected cars or autonomous driving. Of course, there are many areas, for example, in the interior that stay the same, be it an electrical or an ICE vehicle. The OEMs, however, are shifting the cost from traditional positions to these new technologies and cannot increase the total cost accordingly. That will generate additional pressures.
Yeah.
This pressure will be amplified as the traditional solutions-based growth is restricted. We all know that Corona accelerates the ramp up of EV shares in Europe, and at the same time decreases for at least next year and the year thereafter the total sales volume in the market. If you have a look at the component level, you see that in some parts the volume we have seen in 2018 to 2019 will not return. And that's why with less growth, innovation becomes even more important. And how to make that happen? Combining existing capabilities with completely new capabilities is as important as combining software and hardware. This requires, in many cases, the search for new partners. Being part of new ecosystems, questions of securing own technical capabilities in these new ecosystems, and partnering in new development ecosystems for the autonomous driving are central. New financial models are needed. Deloitte is active in all of these areas and will do so more in the future by starting an automotive supplier center for continental Europe that bundles our capabilities from M&A, consulting, tax and legal for the automotive transformation in front of us.
So lots of ideas, lots of enthusiasm I'm picking up there. So even with these pressures, it feels like you are optimistic. This is a sector that really is going to take these challenges on and has shown already today a lot of achievements already in terms of innovation and already in terms of sharing that and partnering with others.
That's true. And I think we will see it later on in this night, how many great ideas are there and how this sector is really, tackling these challenges.
Okay.
And I think if you look at this year's CLEPA Innovation Awards, we are happy to see that innovative level of activities in very good shape. We have great contributions, innovations in connectivity, automation, in environment, in cooperation, and in safety, to name the categories, and the demonstrated innovative potential that we have.
Thank you. And
And
thank you. I'm going to give you just a few more seconds just to round off, but go ahead and thank you so much for underlining the categories. Please continue, sir.
Yeah, and I think these CLEPA Innovation Awards 2020 show that even under the stress of COVID-19, the automotive supplier faced and resisted challenges. We have more applications than ever before. I want to thank every company that participates and wish everyone a great success in the market. Now, a great CLEPA innovation event, and hopefully next year again in person. Stay all healthy and all the best.
Thank you so much. And I echo your hopes that everybody can meet in person next year. So I can bid you a very, very good afternoon, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first category, connectivity and automation. Who are the finalists?
And the nominees are Lear, Xevo Market. Xevo Market is a digital commerce platform which is aimed at drivers, allowing them to do things like find the nearest gas station and pay for fuel, order their favourite food and beverages, make a dinner reservation, or reserve and pay for parking, all from the comfort of their car through their vehicle touchscreen or companion smartphone app. The platform enables millions of drivers to use their touchscreens much like a smartphone. The network enables merchant brands to deliver their experiences into vehicles across multiple automakers on a single intuitive platform, simplifying and enhancing the in-vehicle experience. Xevo also adapts apps to vehicle requirements and simplifies them to reduce driver distraction. Continental, natural 3D center stack display. In times of e-mobility, traditional differentiators like engine power matter less to the average consumer looking to buy a car. Instead, interior design and user experience are becoming key factors. Continental's natural 3D display is a new, safe and intuitive way for drivers and their passengers to interface with the vehicle through both gesture recognition and touch control. The central console will float 3D images and data a few inches from the display's surface and be visible from any seat in the vehicle without the need for special glasses. People are able to perceive information faster and more intuitively when it is presented to them three-dimensionally. Aptiv, Android Infotainment Compute Platform. Aptiv's vehicle infotainment solution is powered by Android's automotive operating system, which has Google Apps and built-in services. Vehicles are becoming increasingly defined by software, and there is a growing demand for more interconnectivity and personalization opportunities. Aptiv address the limitations of traditional infotainment systems, which lock into a proprietary operating system at the time of the vehicle's development and remain fixed for the life of the car. By instead enabling Google automotive services in the system, vehicle owners can start with a fresh system every day if they want. They can download apps to customize their experience, as they do with their smartphones. Using software already familiar to users reduces the learning curve and enables them to enjoy the benefits right from the start.
Great to see all these outstanding innovations that are making the future of mobility smart. And of course, they allow us to increase the safety of our vehicles, to provide more accessible transport for the disabled, to facilitate the movement of elderly people, and overall to move us towards the fully automated vehicle. But who is the winner?
Winner of the category of Connectivity and Automation, Aptiv, Innovation, Android Infotainment Compute Platform. Vehicle infotainment systems have always faced multiple challenges. They offer a limited number of proprietary applications that cannot be easily updated. And they are not always as intuitive to use as other modern devices such as smartphones. Aptiv's approach to infotainment solves these issues. By combining system integration expertise with best practices from the consumer device industry, Aptiv's platform deploys smartphone-like features in vehicles. Built by adding specific features through the Android open source project and supported by over-the-air updates, this software-defined platform vastly improves the consumer experience. Its deep integration with vehicle functionality results in a more holistic in-cabin experience. The new Android Infotainment Compute Platform acts as its own device, connected to a user's digital ecosystem, such as a Google account, for example. No smartphone is required. Instead, it retrieves the user's contacts, music playlists and other details directly from the cloud, just as a smartphone would.
Congratulations to Aptiv for its winning technology, Android Infotainment Compute Platform. To learn about this innovation, I have the pleasure of welcoming Mr. Alwyn Bakkenes, and he is Head of Europe and Vice President of Global Product Lines, Advanced Safety and User Experience in Aptiv. And of course, I also have here with me CLEPA Secretary General Sigrid de Vries. So, sir, you have two ladies here who are going to grill you a little bit. But first of all, congratulations to you. I think you just wanted to take a moment to absorb that.
Well, thank you very much. And first of all, let me thank CLEPA and really for the recognition of this product of ours. We're really excited to win and very thankful. And a big shout out to our friends at Polestar, Volvo, and Google, and everyone at Aptiv that has contributed to this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations also from my side. It's a great solution, and we'd love to hear a bit more about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you just start by telling us what makes this infotainment system, this application, so truly innovative? What makes it stand out compared to also what is already on the market?
Sure. Well, the solution is really unique, as it's essentially the world's first infotainment solution with built-in access to the Google Android ecosystem of application and services called the Google Automotive Services. So we bring well-known services that most people use, such as Google Assistant, Google Maps, and access to the Google Play Store to the vehicle. And bringing this ecosystem into the car enables Polestar and other customers on the platform to keep their customer experience very fresh and relevant at all times, with access to the best content globally and locally. Unlike traditional infotainment systems that provide consumers with more proprietary applications, this platform, which is developed with Google and Volvo, really brings the same user experience that you would like to have on your cell phone into the vehicle.
And do you think that technologies like these and solutions like these will help make vehicles altogether more connected? Will consumers be more inclined to make use of these solutions and the services? And will it increase or accelerate connectivity, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. So if you look at this particular system is, of course, completely connected. So it leverages all of the services out of the Google ecosystem, which are in the cloud. And it is it is sold as standard on every vehicle at Polestar. And as such, it brings the best connectivity to every car and every consumer in that vehicle. And it really becomes the digital hub of the connected vehicle.
And in this, you spoke about you have this, you are working with Google and with other partners, so it really is collaborative. So really in enhancing this connectivity and this automation, is that very, very important to be able to reach out and work well with other key stakeholders in a value chain?
Yeah, absolutely. And then this was one of the main challenges that we had to overcome in the beginning of the program. So as you know, in the automotive industry, it is very common to develop software using traditional waterfall style models. And we've completely taken a different approach when we developed this system, working very transparently, using agile methods and the latest technologies to do continuous development, continuous deployment of the product as such. So the way we collaborated between Google, Volvo, and ourselves is actually one of the big differentiators that has made this possible. Yeah.
And was this increased collaboration, was that one of the main challenges you had to tackle, you had to overcome, or was it more on the technology side?
Well, obviously, it's the first application. So it's the first time that anyone has put this technology into a car and connected it in this way to the Google Automotive Services. So there were some technical challenges, but I think that the biggest challenge in the beginning was to really transition all of the teams, both at Volvo Cars, which is became a software developer themselves, and Google working with automotive and ourselves in between. So that was definitely one of the big challenges. Yeah, but also one of the most rewarding pieces of the project, to be honest.
And of course, you spoke there, I think you used the word fresh. It's a fresh experience for the consumer. So really now to look at the consumer, what are the particular advantages for the consumer? And while I'm with you, can you tell us perhaps which vehicle models will have this platform as an option?
Yeah, absolutely. So to your first question, fresh. I think that's a really important sentence or a word, right? Fresh and relevant, to be honest. So with the Android applications and services embedded in the car, we can really make sure that the vehicle becomes a natural extension of your personal digital lifestyle. So what you bring on your phone and what you have in your connected devices at home are automatically connected to the user experiences in the vehicle. So you can control, for example, smart home devices from your car using your natural voice seamlessly without any incremental items that you would need. At the same time, the integration contributes to reducing driver distraction, so making vehicles more safe by helping drivers to keep their hands on the wheel and their eyes on the road, which of course is extremely important. And a consumer will not notice the difference.
Sorry, just to interrupt, that's an understatement, which is extremely important. I'm glad you do say that, because it is.
I'm glad too that you bring it up, because safety, of course, is such an important feature also for vehicles per se, and these new technologies help also increase safety. Yeah, great.
Sorry, we interrupted your flow. So I think I'd also asked you about. I'd also asked you about models. I think the models that will be welcoming this system. Yes, go ahead.
Exactly. So this particular solution you can buy today in a Polestar 2 and in the recently launched Volvo XC40 Recharge, both very innovative vehicles. The XC40 Recharge is the first Volvo cars vehicle that actually has a full OTA capability to receive continued updates to the system and the entire vehicle as well. And you can expect further introductions across their car lines very shortly.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Great.
Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
Absolutely delightful.
Thank you.
And
It
you
was a
have
pleasure.
one of the best backgrounds of anybody who's joined virtually in all of the digital experiences I've had since the pandemic came into play. So well done. Congratulations for that too.
And just for the
But
record, it's not a sauna.
it's not a sauna. Okay. Thank you and very well done. Wish you a very, very good
Thank you.
afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. And now let's move on to our second category, which is cooperation. So let's find out who those finalists are.
And the nominees are Continental, body high-performance computer. Many functions in modern cars, such as the airbag, air conditioning system or mobile network connection, require their own electronic control unit. As a result, depending on equipment levels, one vehicle may have over 100 electronic control units on board. In the future, autonomous driving in particular will generate gigantic volumes of data, and complexity will also increase tremendously as vehicles become more connected. Continental saw this trend coming early on and is responding to it with intelligent high-performance computers. Customers stand to gain almost infinite flexibility. Users can easily install the apps and services of their choice in their car, just as they would on a smartphone. Security loopholes can be remotely patched, and soon it will even be possible to install new driving functions without the car having to visit the workshop, all done wirelessly by the mobile communications network or Wi-Fi. This means a new car will stay up to date even years after it is purchased. Plastic Omnium. Smart Face. Modern vehicles rely heavily on many sensors operating together in real-world conditions. The number of sensors and our reliance upon them will only increase as cars become more and more autonomous. The major challenge manufacturers face is to ensure the sensors are protected and working optimally even in aggressive environments such as frost. SmartFace optimizes the assembly of expensive sensors and lighting technologies behind its efficient bumper, increasing safety by ensuring that users can count on their sensors being functional, as well as lowering costs, especially over the long term. Efficiency is aided by operating the various sensors together rather than independently. Adient floating seat. The human body is designed for constant movement. Sitting still for long periods causes discomfort and pain. Adient's innovative floating seat concept enables dynamic seating during rides to increase the comfort over a long journey, as well as making it easier to get in and out of the car. Using dedicated safety systems, the floating seat contains all the necessary functions to ensure safety and comfort. The seat is also a cinch to adjust. There is no need for recliners or four-way mechanisms. The occupant must only release the mechanism to seamlessly float into the desired position. Furthermore, the floating seat concept will make it possible in the future for people with certain kinds of physical disabilities to no longer need specially adapted vehicles.
The complexity of the automotive ecosystem makes collaboration between partners an absolute key element for success. And when we talk about collaboration, we're talking about collaboration at very, very different levels. It could be collaboration with OEMs, with different tiers, and of course with local and regional partners to really, really guarantee success. But who is the winner?
Winner in the category of cooperation. Continental, Body High Performance Computer. In the future, autonomous driving, in particular, will generate gigantic volumes of data. Complexity will also increase tremendously as vehicles become more connected. This will be too much for the electronics of current models to handle. So for the intelligent cars of the future, we need new architecture. Continental saw this trend coming early on and is responding to it with intelligent high-performance computers. Each of these computers occupies a circuit board roughly the size of an A4 sheet of paper, but its data transmission speed is many times faster than the standard wiring. So how do customers benefit from having these new high-performance computers in their cars? Put simply, they get almost infinite flexibility. Users can easily install the apps and services of their choice in the car, just as they would on a smartphone. Security loopholes can be remotely patched, and soon it will even be possible to install new driving functions without the car having to visit the workshop, all done wirelessly by the mobile communications network or Wi-Fi. This means the car stays up to date even years after it is purchased. High-performance computers also make costly product recalls due to software errors a thing of the past. Continental developed this solution in collaboration with its subsidiary Electrobit.
Big congratulations to Continental for its body high-performance computer technology. And we are absolutely delighted to be joined by Mr. Johan Hebel. He is head of the Connected Car Networking Business Unit at Continental. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much. So I'm really honored on behalf of the whole team to receive that great award for our body high performance computer and the Conti cooperation portal that we created in the course of this project. So for the whole industry, I think this technology is a key success factor going forward. And this is why I'm so proud on behalf of the whole team to receive this award from CLEPA. Thank you.
Well, it's not going to be me who's going to grill you now. I'm going to hand over to Sigrid and she's going to ask you a few questions. Thanks, Sigrid.
Thank you, and congratulations also from my side, Mr. Hebel. It's a great solution and we'd love to hear a bit more about it. Data has in fact become a key element for the development of connected vehicles and vehicle automation technologies. So how will your technology help unlock the full potential of connectivity and automation?
Is a key element of a new electronic architecture. It doesn't just include several functions from the body domain, like access or light control. It also ensures top cybersecurity protection. As a central data hub in the vehicle, it forms the bridge between the electronics, sensors, actuators, and of course, to the cloud via a wireless interface. Over-the-air updates are already included, and such the vehicle becomes part of the Internet of Things. It does also coordinate the data flow in the vehicle between the various electronic elements and ensures that data is transmitted at the right time with the right latencies so that all functionality is there as required. It is a central building block for the new architectures, which are a paradigm shift in the industry towards enabling digitalization.
Yeah. So data to vehicles is an issue. Communication with vehicles, having access to vehicles. So how is your body high performance computer solving some of these obstacles that we see today?
Yeah, The key element is the connectivity for the vehicle. It has to be part of the Internet of Things. Right. And then the challenge is to update new functions in the vehicle. In today's architecture, sometimes you have up to 100 different electronic control units. And to update each and every one at the same time sometimes is a big challenge, to distribute the data, to store the different levels of software in the different ECUs. With our approach, there is a lot less, though more complex controllers. The high performance computers are just a handful, not hundreds. And so it is a lot easier to upgrade these few, to constantly bring attractive functions for customers in. And we see that we have started a big trend now, and most of the automotive industry is going that way. And we believe towards the end of the decade, a big shift will have happened.
So can I just jump in here? When you say you started a big trend, you are really the pioneers in this, are you?
Together with Volkswagen, our partner, we think we are leading the industry in this regard, the way it was done on a broad scale for the mass market.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, you've won in the category cooperation. So why and how was cooperation so important to make this technology, this solution, come to life?
The product itself, as I said, is a rather complex one. Just to give you an idea, it has about 20 million lines of code compared to 200,000 to 400,000 in current body electronics products. And when the whole development started, not every single detail was clear how features would evolve, also new ones for this electric vehicle platform. So the key success factor to make it happen was an extremely close cooperation with our customers. So we had lots of engineers at their side, they had engineers at our sides. But we also saw that we need to automate some of that information flow. And so we created the Conti Cooperation Portal. This helped us to include software from 19 different companies that provided software ending up in that product. So it was not just the customer and us. It was lots of small startup companies, companies coming from the cloud space that all needed to come together and work seamlessly. So this is what we have learned going along together using common project tracking parameters so that we really worked as one team, basically. You could not see in the meetings who was customer and supplier.
That's good. Can I, again, sorry, if that's okay, just a quick question, because I know time is of the essence. You did use the word seamlessly there with cooperation, and you couldn't tell who was who. But was it really that simple to get everybody to cooperate, to work together? Were there hiccups, or there really was that good spirit across the board?
It was a development process because a lot of the people involved came from a different environment because we didn't have something like that in the industry before. So it was a process. What helped us, agile development processes, which are coming from the software industry. And together we learn how to improve going forward to ensure that the product will be successfully launched. So it was a common learning process as well. And we are establishing that now as kind of a standard setup for such type of complex projects.
Okay, that leaves really just one question, I think. When will this be available?
Actually, it is available. The product is on the Volkswagen MEB platform with the ID.3, the first vehicle on the market now, more to come over the next months and years. And so we are proud that we are part of that paradigm shift.
Ready to go. Great. Thank you so much.
You should be proud. Thank you so much for joining us today. Absolute pleasure to meet you, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So next up is the environment category. Now, if there's a field where innovation has been absolutely key to addressing the significant environmental challenges that the automotive industry faces, well, then this is the one. In the race to make the European economy carbon neutral by 2050, automotive suppliers are winning with their innovative technologies to mitigate climate change and to reduce air pollution. There are all sorts of solutions out there: vehicle electrification, weight reduction, improvements in fuel saving, an increase in the reuse and the recycling of materials, and, well, overall improvements in the supply chain. So, let's find out who the finalists are.
And the nominees are Borg-Warner, cooled SiC inverter for electric vehicles. Studies show the major factors holding consumers back from purchasing a hybrid or battery electric vehicle are battery range, charging convenience, and cost. Borg-Warner's 800-volt inverter is the first of its kind to use a double-sided cooled silicon carbide-based power switch, which delivers the higher power densities and efficiency needed to extend battery range and performance at a reduced cost. Limiting how often a car needs to be recharged will lower the threshold towards buying an electric car for many people. Borg-Warner's inverter is engineered to reduce power loss by up to 70%. Manufacturers can translate this improved efficiency into either a boost vehicle range, overall performance improvements, or lower prices. Valeo e-Access. Addressing the question of how to reduce fuel consumption and CO2 emissions of the average vehicle, Valeo's 48-volt e-Access is designed to integrate seamlessly in the powertrain architecture. It can do this as it does not require the expensive modifications of existing designs, nor the stringent safety standards that go hand in hand with high-voltage solutions. This makes the vehicle around 20% more economical than if it were equipped with a high-voltage all-electric solution. This is largely due to the fact that it can do without some of the components and systems that a high-voltage system is required to have for user safety reasons. By making electric vehicles more affordable, both to purchase and to run, e-Access can drive further momentum for the electrification revolution. ZF e-Trailer. In the transportation industry, there is an increasing focus on reducing operational costs and improving efficiency. The ZF e-Trailer delivers renewable energy by recuperating kinetic energy from braking, deceleration, and downhill maneuvers that would otherwise be wasted as heat. This semi-trailer, which comes with an integrated electric drive system, can effectively turn every conventional truck into a hybrid. This conversion can save up to 16% more fuel, thereby significantly reducing CO2 emissions. The stored energy can in turn be used to enable new traction functionalities, which can improve road and vehicle safety.
But which one of these technologies will be awarded winner this afternoon? Well, the winner is...
Winner in the category of Environment. Borg-Warner. Innovation. Cooled SiC inverter for electric vehicles. Studies show the major factors holding consumers back from purchasing a hybrid or electric vehicle are battery range, charging convenience, and cost. Vehicle manufacturers understand all too well the need to overcome these objections. But the technology enabling such electrified vehicle ownership experiences with few constraints has been largely out of reach. Borg-Warner, formerly Delphi Technologies, provides the perfect solution for this challenge. The 800-volt silicon carbide inverter for electrified vehicles. It's the first 800-volt inverter to use an innovative double-sided, cooled silicon carbide-based power switch, which delivers the higher power densities and efficiency needed to extend battery range and performance, and at a reduced cost. Its patented capabilities give manufacturers the propulsion system design flexibility and performance they need to drive consumer demand, and the vehicle mix and volumes required to meet increasing emissions regulations. The inverter's specific features include extending driving range by approximately 5% and enabling faster charging times compared with other systems.
And so now I take great pleasure in asking to join us Harry Husted. He's Executive Director for Engineering at Borg Warner. Welcome to you, Harry. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. How do you feel having won this award?
I feel great, and on behalf of the entire Borg Warner team, I'm really proud to accept this award.
Well, congratulations again. I am here with CLEPA Secretary General Sigrid de Vries, and both of us want to put you a little bit under the spotlight with a few questions, but I'm going to ask her to go first.
And also a very large congratulations to you from my side. It's great to see this win. Electrification, in fact, has become a major feature in the race towards decarbonization. So how exactly is this technology contributing to this ambitious goal?
Well, that's a very important question. And this product contributes really in two important ways. First of all, it's a 800-volt silicon carbide inverter. So the 800 volts is important because it allows us to speed up the recharging time of an electrified vehicle. And what that means is that the refueling or recharging event for a customer is going to be quicker. It's going to get us closer to that quickness of refueling a gasoline or a diesel engine vehicle. The other important piece of the technology is silicon carbide. And what that does is it allows us to operate the motor, the electric motor, with higher efficiency. And so what that means is the energy coming out of the battery pack and going to the wheels, there's less loss there. And so the bottom line is longer range for the electric vehicle.
Well, that's really great because indeed range has been a great concern amongst consumers and also amongst vehicle manufacturers actually wanting to sell these vehicles. So that must be a wonderful contribution indeed to getting consumer acceptance on the rise and the technology onto the market. So how do you see that? How quickly can this technology contribute to Europe's Green Deal objectives? And how do you think that the take-up will be in the market?
We think this is very timely with respect to the Europe Green Deal objectives. We've been working very hard with our customers and our partners to develop this technology and the product and get it ready for the market. The result is that silicon carbide inverters, the 800 volt, are being designed into vehicles right now, and they're going to be hitting the market and getting into customers' hands in significant quantities before the middle of the decade, which is exciting.
I have a question for you, if I may. I mean, you are winners in this competition, and I'd be interested to know, compared to others out there, compared to existing technologies, what are the advantages that you are actually bringing?
Really good question. And to answer that question to start with, when we look at silicon carbide, for example, it's more efficient, but it's also much more expensive as a technology. So what we did is we took our patented double-side cooled power switch package, we took out the older transistor technology, we put in the silicon carbide technology, which is more efficient. But because we cool that better, we don't need so much silicon carbide in it, which reduces the cost. So what we've done is we found a way to take this superior technology that's more efficient, get it into a cost profile that allows us to get it into the market and get it into electric vehicles to help those vehicles charge faster and be more efficient.
And Sigrid mentioned there, she talked about the user, the consumer. So how does this look? How are you envisaging consumer acceptance?
Consumer acceptance is the ultimate test. And first of all, I'll say the market response to the technology is already very good with our direct customers, which is the automakers. So we're already working with them to get these products designed in, and it's being received well. We anticipate that once these vehicles hit the market for the end consumers, there's going to be a really good reception. And the reason is it's a superior technology, and it gives a better user experience, coming back to the ability to recharge your vehicle more quickly, and then also drive farther. So that's why I think really this technology, the time has come for it in this area of decarbonization and sustainability.
Any last word, or you're very enthusiastic, Sigrid?
No,
Any
absolutely.
last word from you?
I think it was summed up really, really well. It's a quicker recharging and a longer range. And I think that's exactly what the market is waiting for. So thank you and
Indeed.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So big congratulations to you, Harry, and all of your team. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Wish you very well.
Thank you.
And so now let's move seamlessly into the last of the main categories, safety. And let's find out who those finalists are.
And the nominees are Vallejo, picture beam monolithic. Road markings consist of projecting patterns on the road with either a positive or negative contrast. These are to help the driver as well as other road users drive as safely as possible. Built-in sensors collect, process and convey visual data to assist the driver. In vehicles with a certain degree of autonomy, this sensory information is fundamental to the car's ability to travel. The challenge arises when poor lighting conditions make it hard for cameras to register enough contrast. Vallejo's picture beam monolithic tackles poor lighting conditions and visibility head-on, relying on a discrete light source to make it possible to record the necessary data for safer driving. This high-definition lighting system provides both glare-free as well as high and low-beam road marking functions. Vision Systems, Smart Vision. Smart Vision disrupts the existing rear-view mirrors market by replacing traditional bus and coach side mirrors with wide-angle cameras and interior monitors. Compared to traditional side mirrors, Smart Vision offers optimized visibility by expanding the field of view by an estimated 25% and by eliminating lateral blind spots. The interior displays help to reduce driver fatigue by eliminating glare and by requiring less lateral head and eye movement due to the monitor's strategic location. Automatic adjustment of the screen's brightness ensures excellent visibility in all lighting conditions, night and day, regardless of the weather conditions and in any driving environment. The cameras refocus to adapt to raindrops or dirt on the lenses, and an optional camera heater keeps them clear of ice or fogging. In addition, Smart Vision has a camera lens self-cleaning feature that triggers a spray of air to clean its eyes. Xperi, in-cabin sensing and occupant monitoring solution. Xperi's in-cabin sensing and occupant monitoring technology equips vehicles with the ability to provide a safer, more personalised and convenient experience for drivers and occupants. The sensing technology can help prevent traffic accidents by monitoring the driver for signs of exhaustion or distraction. For each human occupant, the technology provides advanced analytics such as passenger authentication, age group, emotional state, and body pose. In addition to monitoring all human occupants of a vehicle, the sensors also detect pets and relevant objects such as child seats to prevent these from being accidentally left in the vehicle.
How relevant are all these applications? And indeed, technology has been a key enabler in reducing the number of road fatalities. But of course, the industry will not stop until those fatalities hit zero. Now, there are a huge number of applications being developed, from active and passive safety systems such as airbags, automatic braking systems and blind spot detection, to more sophisticated systems involving communication between the human and the vehicle interface, algorithms, sensors, among plenty of others. So let's discover now who takes home the top prize in this category.
Winner in the category of safety, Valeo. Innovation, picture beam monolithic. Road markings consist of projecting patterns on the road with either a positive or negative contrast. These are to help the driver as well as other road users drive as safely as possible. Built-in sensors collect, process and convey visual data to assist the driver. In vehicles with a certain degree of autonomy, this sensory information is fundamental to the car's ability to travel. Most vehicle software gathers data by observing as many pixels as possible. The challenge arises when poor lighting conditions make it hard for cameras to register enough contrast to accurately interpret the data. Valeo's picture beam monolithic tackles poor lighting conditions and visibility head-on, relying on a discrete light source to make it possible to record the necessary data for safer driving. This high-definition lighting system provides both glare-free as well as high and low-beam road marking functions. This unique solution incorporates a scalable LED array in which the pixels of the light beam are formed directly at the light source. The module is therefore smaller and weighs less than other high-definition lighting systems on the market, making it easier to integrate into all vehicles. This new LED array can scale up to thousands of pixels. In Valeo's electronic system, each pixel can be individually switched on, off, or adjusted at will, depending on driver requirements and road conditions. The picture beam system provides a high resolution of around 4,000 pixels with light all around the detected vehicles. It brings the function one step closer to being a real glare-free high beam with a high accuracy in the cutoff position. Valeo's picture beam system is not only the most compact solution on the market compared with other systems, it is also the most simple in terms of the number of its components. This module also makes it possible to road mark for advanced driver assistance systems up to 15 metres in front of the car, a feat which would otherwise be dependent on weather conditions.
Congratulations to Valeo for their high-definition LED solution for automotive lighting systems. And I'm absolutely delighted now to ask to join me Jean-Luc Di Paola Galloni. He is Vice President, Sustainable Development and External Affairs at Valeo. Welcome, sir. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here this afternoon joining live. How do you feel about winning this award?
Very good day to you and to all the visual audience. Well, obviously we feel very well. It's very nice to have an award and to explain this technology that has been properly chosen by the jury.
Well, we have Mr. Mouchal with us, so I am going to let him go ahead and ask you a couple of questions about the winning technology, and then I will round it off with a third one so we can really grill you about your win. So, Torsten Mouchal, the floor is yours. Get stuck in, sir.
So good afternoon, Jean-Luc. Before I start with my questions, I want to express my congratulations to you and the Valeo team. But I'm very interested to get some more insights about your innovation. How will this innovation contribute to make the mobility safer? What's the main innovative element of your proposal?
Thank you very much, Torsten. Indeed, it's interesting that this innovation comes from the lighting product group of Valeo, and it's clearly an innovation to contribute to reduce the fatal accidents. You know, this came out of a study where 72% of fatal accidents occur at night, and clearly this picture beam monolithic goes one step further, allowing drivers to never turn off their high beam with larger light distribution, never seen without ever glaring other road users. So clearly we want to reduce the fatality simply higher will be your visibility as a driver, lower will be your risk of accident. And indeed, in the case of Valeo Picture Beam Monolithic, we have worked in an increasing amount of pixels, nearly 4,000, and those pixels of the light beams are formed directly at source on the chip. And the module is therefore smaller and weighs less than any other high definition lighting systems on the market, and making this product easier to integrate into cars. And this new type of LED chip enables the definition of these nearly 4,000 pixels. Wow. So clearly this monolithic module makes driving at night extremely comfortable. It offers an extremely homogeneous light distribution and make it easier for our eyes at night.
So Jean-Luc, I understand it's a big contribution for the safety on the road, but how does this innovation enable other technologies to make the driving more safe on the road? Mm-hmm. Is it a connection with other technologies possible?
Yes, indeed. There is clearly a very good connection with, thanks to the camera, thanks to clearly the fact that this monolithic solution works with ADAS. And actually, let me tell you that we, as you know, Valeo and other suppliers have always pushed and further uploaded all the work that CLEPA has done with Euro NCAP in the ADAS, I would say, big family of ecosystem. And it is the cameras here and also the LiDARs, which, as you know, are a very important product at Valeo, that enable the monolithic to adapt the beam to road conditions, which then allow the following functions. Clearly, a better additional glare-free function, a better also road marking ton increased safety. Indeed, this module can also display some proximity warnings when the car is getting too close to another, for example, in the front, or guidance lanes and carriageway marking. When, for example, we can also be in difficult areas such as narrow roads. And also, it also allows the function of dynamic bending light. So indeed, it is very interesting to notice that it is a lighting device that has been awarded for an ADAS. And we really, really are extremely happy about that, because it shows that there is a lot of innovation in a commodity such as lighting. And indeed, the true belief of Valeo is to inject a lot of research and innovation also in the lighting systems to produce such kind of innovation such as this monolithic solution.
Thank you. I mean, it's fantastically interesting, and thank you for your comprehensive answer. We've got about a minute together, so I've got to crowbar in this obvious last question. When is this technology expected to be on the market?
Well, Valeo is currently developing a range of various monolithic modules, and it's just ready for start of production in a few years, 2023. But what I like to insist is that also Valeo is a real group completely devoted to innovations also in the field of electrifications and automation beyond this example here of safety in lighting. So I thank you very much, CLEPA, Torsten, and the jury. We are very proud of this award, and we really also thank the possibility of submitting every year our innovations at CLEPA Awards.
Thank you so much. You should be very proud. Just before I sign off, anything else from you, Mr. Mouchal, for this award winner here? Any last word?
No.
No last word apart from, I think... Sorry?
Jean-Luc, I said thank you very much again. It's really an impressive technology and innovation which will drive really the safety forward on the roads.
And thank you
also allow me a big thank you to the teams of lighting,
course.
And namely Mr. Perrotin.
Thank you. And also thank you so much for flagging up the importance of this awards competition, because I hope that will enthuse all those who are watching who perhaps have not yet submitted an application to do so for the next award competition and top the 80 applications that we've had this year. So thank you so much to both of you gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure. You can now relax off screen. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you.
Huge congratulations to all of the finalists and winners. And now let's move into the SME category. Now, as I said at the outset, this category saw a real increase in the number of applications. And during CLEPA Innovation Week, you had the opportunity to find out more about the finalists and winners. But we don't want to close this ceremony without putting the spotlight on those winners. And these 4 categories are hugely interesting. Let's have a look at them now.
And the SME winner of the 2020 CLEPA Innovation Awards in the category of Connectivity and Automation is ChargeTrip, with its electric vehicle routing engine. Designed to remove the anxiety of driving an electric car, ChargeTrip's routing engine uses over 15 different variables to calculate the real-time range of any electric vehicle. Among other factors, it takes into account the outside temperature, weather, charge speed, elevation, rolling resistance, real-time vehicle data and congestion at charging stations. Based on this data, the routing algorithm then calculates the best route for a user's destination and notes the optimal charge stations in between. Built-in predictive models optimize total travel time and travel costs. ChargeTrip designed its routing engine with a high-volume connected mobility in mind. It uses graph database technology developed in-house in combination with a planning algorithm. One of the most vital elements for electric vehicle-specific navigation are accurate consumption models for vehicles operating in different circumstances. To address this, ChargeTrip developed a consumption model database of all electric vehicles on the road. This database is constantly updated and improved with input from users around the world. CLEPA congratulates ChargeTrip on its award. And the SME winner for the 2020 CLEPA Innovation Awards in the category of cooperation is Etrofit, with its electrification kit for commercial vehicles. Etrofit's mission is to offer a climate-friendly, resource-saving, easy, adaptable, sustainable, and at the same time affordable mobility concept. Current focus is primarily on developing fully integrated solutions for the electrification of commercial vehicles. According to the EU Clean Vehicle Directive, the change to emission-free public transport is an important matter. The innovative Etrofit electrification kit not only helps to achieve the ambitions of the directive, but it also helps to reduce the cost of electromobility. The EU's goals cannot be met by only purchasing new electric vehicles. Instead, Etrofit converts vehicles that have already exceeded their carbon and nitrogen values, thus making them climate neutral. No need to purchase new vehicles if you can replace certain components. The carbon footprint of a vehicle retrofitted with eFit's electrification kit is 30% lower than a new electric commercial vehicle during the manufacturing process. Retrofitting and refurbishment in the commercial vehicle market are well known, but retrofitting a whole drive system to be zero emission, that is unique. CLEPA congratulates Etrofit on its award. first place for the 2020 CLEPA Innovation Awards in the category of Environment is shared by two SMEs, Automotus, with its fully automated curb management platform, and Robbie Moto Engineering, with its range extender system. Curb space is some of the most valuable real estate in cities. Growing demand and poor management of this space leads to serious traffic and parking problems in and around urban areas. Automotus uses its software to automate all aspects of curb management, collecting multimodal transportation data, sharing live availability data, automating parking payment, and enforcing parking and loading zone usage. Multimodal analytics also make it easy for transportation administrators to adjust policies and pricing to mould their mobility landscapes and to better fit their community's needs. Data is collected on buses, ride-sharing vehicles, scooters, bikes, delivery trucks, pedestrians, and passenger vehicles. Sharing live availability data reduces time spent by drivers searching for parking and the impact they have on traffic. Automated payment reduces friction for drivers and boosts turnover. And automated enforcement captures more than 5 times the amount of violations caught by market-leading solutions, measurably boosting parking and loading zone turnover. The second winner of the 2020 CLEPA Innovation Awards in the SME category of Environment is Robbie Moto Engineering, with its range extender system. One of the greatest barriers to the adoption of electric vehicles is range anxiety. People are concerned that they will be unable to make it to where they wish to go, or will constantly have to worry about whether they will be able to make it to the next charging station on time. Robbie Moto's range extender system has a compact endothermic engine and a current generator specifically designed to kick in during an emergency, allowing the car to make it to the next charging station stress-free, even if the battery was close to depletion. The objectives are maximum efficiency, minimum cost, minimum bulk, and minimum weight. The range extender system is designed to intervene only in case of emergency when the battery drops below a certain threshold to ensure the vehicle reaches the next charging station. This system helps overcome range anxiety and encourages the diffusion of a 100% electric car fleet. Created for the automotive industry, it has been developed with a broad application in mind, given the importance of electromobility today. The range extender system is configured as a low-cost charging unit that can be used by a wide range of vehicles so that it can be housed in the spare wheel compartment of a vehicle. CLEPA congratulates both Automotus and Robbie Moto Engineering on their awards. And the SME winner of the 2020 CLEPA Innovation Awards in the category of safety is Vaillard, with its imaging, radar and automotive safety applications. Vaillard's intelligent sensor enables child presence detection to prevent hot car incidents, even if the infant is covered by a blanket or hidden in a car seat or in the footwell. Other functions supported by this single-chip automotive solution include smart airbag deployment, occupant status monitoring, and intruder alerts. These sensor solutions go beyond the vehicle interior. As more cars occupy the roads, so do more scooters and pedestrians, increasing the need for exterior detection and monitoring capabilities to prevent injury or death. Vaillard's ADAS sensors provide collision avoidance by incorporating cutting-edge 4D point cloud imaging for complete classification of multiple static and dynamic targets, such as cars and pedestrians. Vaillard's high-resolution imaging radar operates effectively in all lighting and weather conditions and supports all autonomous vehicle safety features, such as collision warnings, valet parking, blind spot detection, lane change assist, automatic emergency braking, around vehicle monitoring, and height obstacle detection. CLEPA congratulates Via on its award.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of this year's award ceremony, but we do not want to close this ceremony without recognising the role and the efforts of the automotive industry during this particularly challenging year of the COVID-19 crisis. Sigrid.
Indeed, automotive suppliers have provided a lot of support to alleviate the health emergency. And of course, making sure that employees and others were safe has been the number one priority. But many companies have really used their plants, their facilities to develop technologies, to produce brand new protective equipment, and to help hospitals and other parts of society to deal with the impact of the pandemic. And CLEPA really wants to acknowledge these efforts. And we created a bit of a buzz in the past week on social media, and we actually organized a poll. So the public has spoken, and we have a winner.
Aha, so who has the public spoken for?
It's actually the Spanish company Grupo Antolin, and they have developed a solution to improve the air quality within a vehicle. And this technology can actually scrub the air from the virus and also from allergens. So it's a greatly innovative technology, a great example of the ingenuity in the industry. And congratulations to Antolin for developing this and for winning the public award.
Indeed, huge congratulations to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolutely fantastic afternoon. We've had the privilege of honouring some outstanding innovations. And so I now have the pleasure to engage in conversation once again the CLEPA Secretary General, Sigrid de Vries. So welcome to you, Sigrid. It's an absolute pleasure to have you back with me. And as I said there, we saw these fantastic examples of really forward-looking mobility solutions.
Absolutely.
So why is innovation so critical for your industry, and particularly at this time?
Well, innovation, as you said, is crucial for this sector, and it's really in the DNA of the automotive suppliers. It's actually what has made the European automotive industry great in the past 125 years, and it will continue to keep this industry great. It's crucial. It's the advancement, it's the quality, the excellence that really counts, that helps this industry compete, not just in Europe, but globally. And we cannot always win on price, perhaps, but we can win on quality and innovativeness. And that's what the industry does and will continue doing.
And you spoke there about that long history. I think you said 125 years. So the obvious question for me is about the future. This has been a very difficult year.
Yeah.
You know, we still have the pandemic in that context. You've got some big ambition in the European Green Deal. What does 2021 look like for you?
Yeah. 2020 has been such an incredibly challenging year, and 2021 will still be very, very difficult. And it will put a lot of pressure on the sector. The economic fallout of the pandemic is going to be felt. It will be putting pressure on employment, on the capacity of industry to invest.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a real challenge. What we see is that COVID-19 is actually accelerating the change in the industry,
Right.
the transformation towards green and digital, but you need to be able to invest, and that's the key to success, and that's where the challenge will be. And that's also where Europe can really chip in. The regulatory framework is absolutely crucial also to support, to be technology open, to support innovation will be so important going forward. And co-creation, cooperation is the name of the game.
And I would imagine also to give your sector the necessary stability also it needs with this right regulatory framework going forward.
Absolutely.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask a question which I hope is on all your lips. So that question is the following. What about next year's awards competition? What are the plans?
There will be an awards competition, for sure. There will be a celebration, a ceremony. We really hope to do it again live, meeting everybody, talking to everybody in person is so important in this industry. Cooperation, co-creation. So the 26th of October, the date has been set. There will be a ceremony. We hope that many companies will put in their applications again like they have done this year, and we're looking forward to meeting everybody in person again then next year.
Thank you. You have such enthusiasm. I think your enthusiasm alone is going to make sure that it happens. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you heard there, mark that date in your diaries. We are confident that people will be able to meet in person. I think that's it for us here today. All that really remains for me to say, apart from 26th of October next year, is to stay safe and prudent in the run-up to Christmas and during the Christmas season. And actually, I have great pleasure, me together with, yes, I turn to you.
I don't want to let you go before thanking you for moderating, but I also want to put in a huge, big thank you to all the companies that put in applications, to the jury members that did a great job, to Deloitte, our partner, and to the CLEPA team that put on a great event. So thanks to everybody.
Thank you. And you have provided me with a perfect segue to the outro. And the outro really is, you're going to be left, ladies and gentlemen, with some fantastic pictures, some great people, some great companies, and some great technological breakthroughs. So congratulations to you all, very well earned. And it's been a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. Thank you and goodbye.